Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sore semuanya.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sore.
Halo, selamat sore semua. Senang banget nih ada saya Rina Rosita di sini yang bakal menjadi host pada sore hari ini. Tapi nanti saya nggak sendiri karena selama acara berlangsung nanti akan ada Coach Didik yang akan membantu kita semua untuk menjadi apa ya, moderator untuk webinar ini. Spesial banget ya karena kali ini kita akan mengundang coach yang luar biasa, keren banget karena biasanya kita pakai bahasa Indonesia nih, tapi karena ini coachnya sudah internasional jadi kita pakai bahasa Inggris. Wah, coach ini kayaknya
Apa?
sinyalnya agak terganggu ya. Oke, jadi sebelum saya
Oh iya.
langsung ke Coach Shindi, saya akan memperkenalkan dulu Indonesia Gupta. Coba teman bisa hidupin juga nggak apa-apa ya gitu. Tapi kalau audio mohon dimatiin dulu. Tapi kalau misalkan memang dibutuhkan dan dipersilakan buat berbicara, teman-teman boleh aktifin si audionya teman-teman semua ya. Oke, nah nanti di akhir acara seperti biasa juga. Halo, halo teman-teman, sudah lancar suara saya?
Alhamdulillah lancar.
Sudah Mbak Rina. It's
Oke,
okay.
jadi di akhir acara nanti seperti biasa kita akan kirimin link ke teman-teman semuanya buat diisi. Nanti akan dikirimkan ke email teman-teman semuanya sertifikatnya ya. Oke, jadi saya mulai bacain ini kali ya, apa CV-nya dari Miss Nisha ya. Oke, sebentar. Oke, untuk tema kita kali ini adalah Unlock the Jobs. Transitioning from student to professional with coaching. Jadi biasanya kita membutuhkan orang-orang yang untuk membimbing kita, meyakinkan kita untuk masuk ke dunia kerja. Karena sebetulnya ke dunia kerja itu nggak mudah kan gitu. Kita biasanya kalau lulus nih bingung mau kemana ya, mau ngapain ya. Nah di sini kita bisa ngobrol bareng Miss Nisha Gupta yang udah profesional banget nih. Semuanya sudah internasional pastinya pengalamannya ya. Miss Nisha ini a certified life and leadership coach atau PCC with over 20 years of experience including corporate leadership, course facilitation, training and development and management consulting. Miss Nisha juga punya goals to bring back creativity into the those that I coach to improve the quality of individuals lives in the decision that they make and to unlock their true potential. Miss Nisha ini tersertifikasi terbarunya adalah Professional Certified Coach atau PCC awarded by the International Coaching Federation atau ICF, lebih dari 500 jam coaching. Wah, hebat banget ini udah pasti ya. Functional coaching experience-nya itu Miss Nisha itu executive and organizational coaching, strategic planning, organizational and cultural change. Miss Nisa ini juga tergabung sebagai seorang Vice President dari American Women Association atau AAWA di Jakarta dan seorang manager and chief checkpoint di Jakarta Intercultural School atau JIS. Dan saya pasti senang banget karena sore hari ini dibantu oleh Coach Sidik sekali lagi. Saya mau bilang thank you Coach Sidik yang akan bantuin saya. Coach Sidik udah pengalaman juga ya gitu. Kita pernah dengar Coach Sidik ini ya apa coaching. Mungkin teman-teman semuanya yang pernah ikut knowledge sharing atau webinar SLA ini udah sering banget dengar yang namanya Coach Sidik. Coach Sidik itu siapa sih? Bawa denger lagi nggak nih? Coach Sidik siapa? Ada yang belum tahu nggak? Halo, ada yang udah kenal Coach Sidik belum? Halo teman-teman, suara aku jelas nggak?
Banget kakak, suaranya jelas. Masih pada
Ya,
tidur
jadi-
atau hujan kali ya?
Karena hujan ya, jadi kayaknya di tempatku juga soalnya hujan lumayan deras dan mendung banget nih di Jakarta ya. Oke, Coach Sidik ini adalah seorang coach yang sudah bersertifikat juga dan sudah berpengalaman di dunia coaching kayaknya. Ilmunya udah sering banget nih masuk ke SLA dan membantu teman-teman Smarties yang pengen coaching gitu, Coach. Ya, Coach ya.
Oke banget.
Oke, Coach Sidik, kalau gitu untuk waktu dan tempatnya saya persilahkan buat bantu teman-teman Smarties ke pembicara Miss Nisha Gupta. Miss Nisha Gupta, selamat memberikan ilmunya ke kita semua ya, Coach ya. Silahkan, Coach Sidik.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Rina. Okay, good afternoon, everybody here. Okay, hello, Smarties. How are you? Ya, teman-teman, feel free if you want to speak in English or you want to speak in bahasa Indonesia or campur-campur gado-gado, it's okay ya. Yang penting, the most important thing is that you understand. Ya, yang paling penting ngerti gitu ya. And then please be active because if you're not active you won't understand at all ya. Aktif, jadi nanti kalau kita minta interaktif, fill in di chat room ya, you must type ya, mesti ketik ya. Okay, so before I go, I give Nisa time, I will ask you only one questions. What do you want to get from these sessions? It is the most important question for you guys. Okay, what do you want to get from these sessions? Please type in the chat room now, and then I will ask one or two from you. Yeah, only want to know actually what do you really want to get from this session. Ya, teman-teman semua di sini tolong ketik apa tujuan kalian kenapa datang ke sini ya. So kita tahu kalian tuh sebenarnya sip. Okay, we're waiting from you guys. We already have 167 people here, 167 students here, and please type and we're waiting, and then we'll write your hope or your what is it? What your goal? Yeah. Why do you want to come to? Okay, we have Dafaro here, getting a decent and great job with healthy work environment. Oh my God! Can you see it, Disa? We have Dafaro here.
Yes.
Okay. Dafaro,
Yes.
you want to? Do you want to speak? Please turn on your video. Okay.
Hello.
Dafaro Adirajasa. Okay.
Hi. Yeah. Thank you.
So, would you elaborate what actually do you want?
Yeah.
Please.
So, okay. Thank you. Sorry to leave it interrupting me here. I just want to get as what I've typed in there, because my current job, and gladly I have finished that. It's not that kind of a healthy work environment or something like that. My work and my job leads me to, heavily burn out and I'm not getting along with coworkers there. So a push or something like that. I want to get a good and good and healthy work environment, as I stated before, just like that. And for your information, that I am right now is a last year student of psychology right now, in my last year. So it is my last chance to get a great or a decent job where I enter the real quote unquote job, real world or something like that.
Okay, thank you very much, Zafaro. Ya, kita tunggu yang lain. We're waiting from others. Maybe we need just one person here. Maybe I will ask maybe Mbak Kirana. Mbak Kirana Nuansa, please. open your microphone and your video, please. Yang lain, please, ya, tolong ketik di chat room, type your goal here. Okay, Davao is a very good example. So he wants to get a decent and great job with a healthy work environment. Okay, what do you think, Nisa? Do you want to comment before we are going to have a
Yeah, sure. That's a good start, and I appreciate your question in the chat there, and thank you for that. Sure. Getting a healthy, decent job is something that, you know, we all strive for, especially you young students who are looking to get into the working environment, having been in academia for, you know, so many years. So it would be nice to kickstart that off. But I guess when you say that, it's easy to say that, but I guess what I'm thinking is from just to bring in coaching into this this question, because that's what this topic is about as well, is job and what do you mean by healthy environment, and what you know, what is your awareness with regard to what opportunities that you see you could fit in this particular ideal situation of getting that healthy awareness of where can I fit into this dream, into, let's call it a dream job. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Nisha. Okay, not further ado, I will give Nisha her presentation now. But I will explain that, you know, if you want to unlock your jobs, there are so many ways actually out there if you want to unlock your job. But now we are talking about coaching. So before we are getting further, we need to understand first what is coaching. And then we have Nisa, the one and only, who are very experts in coaching. Please, Nisa, it's your time now.
Sure. And do you want to bring up the slide, Pasidik? Would that be okay?
Okay, Paddington, tadi di slide is from Pak Reno ya?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, let me.
Oh, great, great.
Do you guys see the presentation?
Yes, thank you. So it's just a quick high-level slide for you, but the questions are great. But as just to reiterate what Pasidik said is and I said earlier as well, is that understanding of how coaching can get us to answer those questions. So let's talk a little bit about what coaching is about. And basically, I just titled this as an introduction to coaching because I've never met the audience who I'm talking to, but I believe that some may know a bit about coaching and some may not. So I kept it at a broad level so that we all have the same level of information put to us. And basically, what is coaching about? In order for me, myself, to learn coaching, I went on what is known as a reputable International Coaching Federation, ICF, organization. And some of you might be interested in going on board with that at some future point, and hence the abbreviations there, ICF and PCC is Professional Certified Coach, and there's really like 3 levels. There's ACC, which is Associate Certified Coach, PCC, which is this one, Professional Certified Coach, and then the third one is MCC, which is Master Certified Coach. So depending on how many hours you've done and what experience you have with coaching, you can strive for those levels of coaching. And it all sounds really good, but the bottom line is it doesn't really make me a different person. It just makes me more thorough and more confident in what I know and learn to be an aspiring coach. So those are the 3 levels of credentials essentials there. And then on the next line, it talks about life and leadership coach. Well, I do a little bit of career coaching, and this is somewhat in line with this session that I'm doing here. And I also do some corporate type of coaching as well. So it's very broad in terms of coaching, depending on the client set that you're dealing with. So that is there. But I just wanted to give you a little outline of the objectives for this 1 hour session, students. So really, what is coaching? Understand the meaning of coaching. And also, you have to understand that even if you think you know coaching, what is coaching not about? Because there are some differences between training, facilitation, mentoring, psychotherapy, and all of that, which are not really coaching. So that's why I put that second bullet there for you to be aware of. And outline the benefits of coaching. And I've mentioned a few benefits just right now, just to show that if you understand yourself better, and this is very appropriate for the audience, because you're just finding your way. You're young millennials, you're young students looking to see what can I offer in the environment, in the big old world, you know? And so if you don't do your self-exploration and understand who you are, then you may not see what you're capable of. So that is a benefit of coaching. And I just wanted to add, when I set out X number of years ago in your place as a student looking for my first job, I wasn't so much aware of coaching. We just did what was, that's what we call self-exploration. And I think Pat, Siddiq and Tintin would agree with me on that. It's the essence of this session, and hopefully we're doing more sessions to come, is that self-exploration and awareness for you to reach your goal, and then also to answer the question that was put here just a few moments ago. And the next bullet is also how knowing and understanding what coaching is about. How do I apply that to my life? Because I know what it means. I know what I know what coaching is. I know what coaching is not. But how can I gain from that? How can I benefit from what coaching is now that I understand that? And I'm going to leave that to you to do that self-exploration, and then maybe throw out some Q&A sessions for us to see that, you know, are you understanding what coaching is? Do you think it could work for you? Do you think you could get benefit? Or even any other questions that you have, please feel free to shoot out the questions whenever you feel free. The next slide, I believe.
Okay.
I don't know if we need translations at this point, Siddiq. Am I doing okay with the audience?
Yes.
Do you
Oke, teman-teman, bagi yang mau minta tolong ditranslate, please nanti di info, nanti saya langsung akan jelaskan ya. Tapi kalau tidak, we assume you understand. Okay.
Great. There will be no test at the end, so we're good. Yeah, so don't worry.
Yes, there is no test. Feel easy, okay?
Very easy, very relaxed. And we want to get the coaching momentum started. And basically, what I see in coaching is that it's really a process to improve our performance and also our understanding of who we are, and also how we can communicate better in the big world that we foresee ourselves going to. And I wanted to make that as a first bullet because I also have lived in many countries, and I noticed that one of the countries, like here, Indonesia, a beautiful country that it is, and I really love the country, but there may be a little more of a barrier to speak up compared to the Western countries like UK, Australia, or America. So it's really, communication is a big key to coaching, especially in the Eastern environment that we live in here. So I wanted to make that point. And also, another aspect of coaching is enabling individuals to silence their inner voice and allow their instincts or their subconscious to take over. Basically, we have to listen to ourselves. Even when we understand ourselves, we may not take action to do what we understand of ourselves. So we need to hear and silence those inner voices and go go by our gut, go by our instinct. If this is something that we want to do in our career, that we find a strength or an interest, take it on, find it. And you might pursue something that you're happy doing as opposed to something that you're not happy doing, but it's expected because you didn't know about yourself. So that's a very key component there, is to find that inner voice and silence it and go with the instinct. So, and the third bullet is, by asking questions, the coach can enable us to unlock their true potential. I think it's very crucial if the coach asks the right type of questions to us, to you as students, then you could then find out new awarenesses, strengths of where you want to go. And if you don't ask if the coach doesn't ask the questions, then you'll be basically tying yourself, you'll be locking that potential, and you won't be releasing what you truly are capable of, because being is a very, very crucial term in coaching and in life, because we want to be ourselves, true selves. We don't want to just do what is expected. We want to understand who we truly are. And in order to unlock that potential, that's through the quality and the superbness of a coaching question, or even us, when we understand, ask, there anything else that is holding me down? Listen to your inner instincts, and you truly will achieve that goal, that dream job, as it were. Thank you. Is there a next slide?
Okay.
I think
before we go to next slides, maybe I want to ask somebody here, whether they understand or not. Okay, teman-teman bisa, ini kayaknya ada feedback ya suaranya. Teman-teman, ini penting banget, very critical slide ini, karena ini penjelasan tentang coaching di awal ya. Kalau teman-teman udah belum mengerti, please raise your question ya. Kalau tidak, it's okay, and then we can go further.
Okay. So.
Okay, please, Lisa.
You know, in order. Sorry, it's okay. Okay to continue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. In order to understand what coaching is, as I mentioned about coaching, is listening to your, silencing your inner voice and listening to your instinct and asking the right questions and being self-aware of what you're capable of. I want you all to understand that you should be aware of what coaching is not about. And specifically, you don't judge, you don't advise, or you don't tell individuals what to do when there is a coaching session happening. And there are other aspects or avenues that coaching is not, such as it's not therapy, it's not counseling, it's not training. And also, the key aspect there is listen to what you want to hear. When a coach coaches us or coaches you, try to listen to what the coachee or the student or the client is telling to get benefit of that coaching session without providing judgment and opinion of what the coach wants their student or the client to perceive. It's more important the answer, the solution. I don't like to use the term solution because it's not really a solutions where, but I like to use the awareness. Awareness is a better word. The awareness comes from you who are being coached, not from the coach. The coach doesn't give you the awareness. So you have to listen to your inner self to get that awareness. And how it happens is through the wonderful questions that the coach gives to us, the inquiry. Thank you.
Okay. Nisa, could you erase the red circle?
Yeah, it's not. I'm not host of this.
Oh, it's not yours. Okay.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, teman-teman, ini udah 2 slide. Kita slide-nya kebanyak. Mungkin teman-teman ada yang mau ditanyakan di sini tentang apa itu coaching, apa sih hubungannya dengan kok bisa unlock job gitu ya. Ini yang pentingnya ya, kalau teman-teman di sini mendingan ngobrol sekarang supaya nanti pas pulang keluar dari ruangan ini tuh ngerti. Jadi bukan oh tadi ngomong apa ya. Oke. Saya sekalian praktek bahasa Inggris juga di sini ya. Oke. Kita boleh tes mungkin teman-teman di sini apa yang dipahami tentang coaching. Maybe Davaro. Halo Davaro. Okay, I think we should continue then.
Yeah.
It's a Q&A.
Yeah, it's a Q&A. And I'm also wondering, Pa Siddiq, that if we could just see if we've answered all the questions that are coming up in the chat.
Okay, we already have, actually we don't have any question yet, but
No
we
question.
have two. Yes, we have two
Okay.
person here, Furqan Aldi. Furqan Aldi said
All
that
right, thank you.
he wants to know, does the quality of the university determine the jobs we get? Honestly, I was afraid I didn't get a job because the quality of my university was not good enough. So what do you think?
Okay. You know, what comes to my mind is connection. That summarizes everything. I mean, if you're connected with the right school and that school is connected to an alumni with the job prospects in the company that may be higher from a particular or a prestigious university, then you have a head start for sure. All right. And as we all know, that connection is really important. But however, Pa Siddiq, on the flip side to that, I also find that if you truly believe in what you're capable of and what your goal is, the desire that you have, does it matter where you come from as long as you follow and you truly believe where you want to go? And that makes it even more compelling. If I didn't go to such a good school, for example, not me particular, but as an example, and then I get a job in a good company, it doesn't match that equation. So there are alternative ways, but I think the truth is that yes, it does give you a head start, but more importantly, believe in yourself, have that desire and that want to go for that goal. It's possible. And that then gets us back to coaching, isn't it? Isn't that what that is all about? Is truly going for that goal and being accountable for what goal that you've set and reaching it at the end of that term, whatever time frame you've given yourself.
Mas Furqon, mudah-mudahan paham ya. Tapi kata yang mau saya disampaikan oleh Mbak Nisa, ya Mbak Nisa bilang itu yang memang ada connectivity ya. Connectivity itu mungkin punya efek ya. Carilah connectivity-nya with your alumni ya, terus sama connectivity yang lain. Tapi yang paling penting tadi Nisa tambahin adalah your belief with yourself. Capability kamu apa yang udah gitu ya. Nah, kalau punya belief yang tinggi terhadap your capability, itu apapun mungkin Mas Furqon bisa capai. Itu intinya. Nah, ini sebenarnya objek yang paling sering dibahas saat coaching. Itu yang mau dimaksud sama Nisha ya. Kalau ada pertanyaan lagi silakan. Oke, kita there is Johnson here. Johnson want to ask a question. Please Johnson, turn on your microphone and your video.
Okay, thank you very much for your attention, Mr. Muhammad Sidi. I want to ask I forget, but the question is, in many people have a problem by himself. So what we have to do if we have coaching, but how to set the goals, to set a plan, how to set a mentoring, competence. So I think what is the suggestion if I have to improve my knowledge, my ability, my competence? What the first thing we must to do?
Okay,
Hello,
I think it's clear.
You're asking. Sorry. Yeah, I just missed a little bit
Uh,
with the audio, but what my question is, if I understand correctly, is that
oh,
you're interested in pursuing
I
coaching,
will repeat
but
again, Miss. I will repeat again.
can't hear very well.
It's clear.
Okay.
It's
Yes,
clear
thank you.
now.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, my question is how to improve when someone or somebody she get coaching from other people, but he cannot improve in a second time, in a third second time. But I don't know what is the problem for him or for someone. So when he get coaching, but he didn't impact for his life.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Oke,
understood.
Pak Johnson kata maksudnya itu tidak punya impact di dalam hidupnya ketika udah ikut coaching gitu.
Ya, iya betul, Bro.
Oh, oke, thank you.
Ya,
Do you
jadi
get
yang
the
salah
point,
itu di
Nisa?
mana dan
Yes, I
langkah
do. Thank you.
prosesnya apa gitu.
Just a quick
Jadi apa yang
clarification.
harus
When he said she gets coaching, does that mean she gets coach training or she gets to be coached? Because that's pretty imperative to show the results. That's my question.
Oke, Mas Johnson ditanya balik. Coaching yang dimaksud sama Mas Johnson seperti apa? Apakah ikut trainingnya atau bagaimana? Ya,
oh,
ya itu akan
ini
berbeda cara jawabnya.
oh gitu. Jadi ini bahasa Inggris lagi, Bang.
Boleh bahasa Indonesia juga boleh, silakan.
Uh, in reality, coaching is not like a training, but just a suggestion, maybe, and discuss about 3 or 4 people in the building room, and we brainstorming
Oke.
about like this.
Oh, I see. So what you're saying is it's just not a training, it's just coaching each other and practicing within a group environment, correct?
Yes, correctly, Miss.
Yeah, okay. So then it's my understanding that in order to learn coaching, it is very important to learn from somebody who has experience or credentials so that you start on the right foot, you start properly, and then you have no reason to divert from what it should be or question, are you learning the right coaching fundamentals, the right strategies for coaching. So I think there are many reputable training schools in Indonesia, in fact, and everywhere else around Indonesia. So I would suggest either getting training from a reputable ICF credential school, or even some training or mentorship from an ICF certified mentor, because that's very crucial when you learn. Always learn and start from somebody who has expertise. It's very important.
Nisa,
And so I'm
Nisa,
thinking,
I think
yeah.
Nisa, I think the point is that he has been through all the coaching session as a coachee in a group
I
coaching,
see.
and then there is
Okay.
no impact for him, and he asked,
Okay.
"What's the problem with him?"
Okay, so he got in training. Sorry, I misunderstood that. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And from the group training, did he obtain certification and credentialing that he has passed and verified that he got certification that he knows coaching?
Oke. Itu Mas Johnson ya pertanyaannya, apakah coachingnya berjalan dengan benar apa tidak? Apakah yang melakukannya itu punya sertifikasi atau tidak? Gitu. Pertanyaan itu yang pertama.
Okay.
Is
I
that the real
understand.
coaching session or not? Gitu. But actually Pak Johnson itu kita apa namanya bisa praktek sebenarnya. Actually kita akan punya beberapa kali sesi lagi nanti ke depan dan mungkin bisa dilakukan dengan itu ya. Oke, thank you very much, Pak Johnson mudah-mudahan per saat ini
Yes,
menjawab.
suggestion
Ya.
for me is in conclusion, I must look at expertise and experience about something. Just like it, Miss.
Okay.
You know,
Now we have another question from Davaro. Nisa.
yeah, one
Okay.
second, Pasidik, 1 minute. You know, let me just finish this answer to the question. I don't know if you got the certification, but let me just finish the answer if I may. The
Okay.
ability to be able to get impact after you've done coaching and you've attended a training session is really to do with practice. If I remember correctly, he said after 1 or 2 sessions, he didn't feel the impact because that may not be enough to obtain the impact. It takes many, many months of practicing and practicing and practicing. Practicing with, if you get real clients, with real clients, practicing with peer clients, peer coaching, because you can learn a lot from peer coaching with your style and your ability and your ability to use the competencies. Because when you first start in coaching and you've done your course and you start to practice, you will see when you, after 6 months, 9 months, a year, or whatever time frame, there will be improvement. But it's all because of constantly practicing and logging in and gaining practice hours, then the improvement will happen. But it happen overnight. It's very difficult to see the impact initially. It takes time. Does that answer your question, Pat Johnson?
Enough, Miss. I understand and understood about your statement and your suggestion for me. Thanks a lot of.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
thank you. Thank you very much, Pak Johnson. Okay, now we have Ifada, Miss Ifada Khairun Nisa. Okay, could you please turn on your video
yeah.
and microphone?
Yes, Pasidik, I just have a question. Hello, sorry, yes.
It's okay.
Ifada,
I'm so
hello,
sorry
Ifada.
that I cannot turn on my camera right now. Like,
no problem.
This is a really bad connection.
No
so,
problem.
Like, yeah. Thank you so much.
What's your question?
Wait, what's going on with my audio? I think I hear like a echo.
It's okay, Ifada. Just keep talking.
Oh, it's okay? Okay.
Yes.
Let me introduce myself. I'm a student, like first year student in international management, business management. And like, because I'm a freshman and right now we have like online classes, actually, I'm kind of worried with my future. Like, especially right now, I'm working on my future plan. And because of management, it's such have a really big, there's a lot of aspect in management, and I'm kind of still doesn't know how to make a good future plan, like what I need to do first, like especially because I'm still a student. Like, is it I need to have a good GPA, a perfect GPA, or I'm just trying my best to be active, so when I'm finish my education, I can get a good job. So it's kind of make me worried sometimes. And I would like to hear from you, like what your advice for me, especially as a freshman, what I need to prepare before I go to work. Like, that's all for me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ibu Ifada. Yeah, great question. I mean, it's a very stressful environment and timing that we live right now because of the uncertainty. But for you as a young student going into the job market, obviously GPA is a very, very crucial factor because it's one of the criterias that prospective employers look at to see if the student is competent for the position being offered. So definitely, I would not hesitate and tell you that keep going. I mean, you use the term perfect GPA. I mean, ideally, it would be great. I don't know in Indonesia, but like 4.0 GPA is wonderful if that can be attained. But there are also, you mentioned about the planning, because, you know, sometimes if you know what you want and you truly believe you can get that and you plan it and you aim for it, sometimes it's not just the GPA, but sometimes prospective employers can see that this student truly is committed and desires the job role, even if, say, there is no perfect GPA for that particular student. But what you believe in and what you see that I want this job, I'm planning for this job, I think I can achieve it and I will go for it, is equally, if not, you know, the same importance as the GPA itself. Because, you know, even if one has a great GPA, but then one may not have the motivation and the desire to do the job as well. So they go hand in hand. And so I think you should just go ahead and continue with the studies to get that GPA. But more importantly is plan for what your future is. And when I say plan, yes, create a planner and, you know, goals of what you want to achieve in the terms of the job market. But also, again, it comes back to being aware of what your strengths are. This awareness keeps coming back again and again, because you as a student should really understand what it is that I can offer, or what it is that I want to be a prospective employee in the job market moving forward. I hope that answers your question, Ibu Ifada.
Thank you so much for a really insightful suggestion for me, and I really consider that. I will keep going, trying my best to do everything that I can do, and I will make sure that I prepare my future plan. And I know that, like you say, that I will believe with what I want, and I will try my best. Like, I will be aware with it. I will fight for it. Thank you so much.
Fight for it. Lovely. Thank you so much for your question.
Ye-
I do notice
Yeah,
a question in the chat that we may have overseen. We started it and then we didn't come back. So I would like to honor Dafaro on this question, which says that, hi, Miss Gupta, I'd like to ask you about how to find job that really matches with our passion. What we should do, as I stated before, that I had an experience being in an unhealthy work environment, how to deal with that. Thank you. If Dafaro wants
Okay,
to put back
actually,
on the camera.
Mr. Davaro is actually raised his hand.
Okay.
Pak
You
Davaro,
know, yeah.
please open your microphone and your video. Okay, maybe just go with your answer, Mr.
Sure, thank you, Hasidik. So, you know, it's a good question, actually, because you may end up in jobs that you thought that they were your dream job, but they actually, when you start to work there after 3, 4, 6 months, you realize this is not what I want. This is not my dream job. This is not what I thought it would be. So I like the question in the sense that, you know, and unfortunately, this has happened in this question, in this situation with the unhealthy work environment, as he mentions. So if you had to do it all over again, it's beautiful how coaching keeps coming back in all our questions, and so appropriate that really we have to, as you know, future prospective employees, look at what our true passion is and how do we find that, how do we get into, you know, being interviewed for that dream job. Well, I guess we have to, again, going back to my slides, go and look in within yourself and go with the instinct and find out, what do you like, what do you don't like, what do you not like, rather, and find out what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What do I dream or I feel myself in the future in a job role 10 years from now? What is it that I would like to do? Sometimes what you want may not happen, but there may be a thread or a part of it that would lead you to a job that you're more happy with rather than doing a job that you're unhappy with. So I think when you use the question true passion, that is really about self-exploration and finding out what my true calling is in the job market. And I just wanted to make a point that we will be hosting future sessions about unlocking the job market or our potential so it fits in the right job, and we welcome you to take part in that, because there's a lot of good bits of advice and information and sharing that I'm sure Pa Siddiq and Pa Tinton will chime in there at some point. Thank you, and thank you for that question.
Oke, Pak Davaro mudah-mudahan menjawab ya. Oke, kalau belum, boleh ngomong langsung ya, silakan. You can talk directly. Okay, is there any questions? Mungkin saya akan sedikit kasih penjelasan dalam bahasa Indonesia ya tentang coaching. Teman-teman di sini tadi Nisa bicara panjang lebar tentang coaching. Ya, apa sih bedanya coaching sama yang bukan coaching? Ya, kalau coaching tidak ada sesi pengajaran, tidak ada sesi mentoring, berbagi pengalaman dan segala macam. Akan tetapi berkali-kali tadi Nisa bilang adalah membangun awareness. Apa sih awareness itu dalam bahasa Indonesia? Ya, Pak. Kesadaran diri gitu ya. Ya, betul. Kesadaran tentang apa yang kita miliki. Nah, itu yang akan digali. Biasanya sesi coaching itu akan berupa sesi tanya jawab, penggalian. Yang paling penting di sini apa? Kritikalnya adalah seorang coach yang mampu mengeluarkan pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang provokatif. Pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang bisa menggali semua apa yang kalian miliki. Nah, itu maksudnya sesi coaching. Jadi tadi ada beberapa kali pertanyaan, penekanannya selalu tentang awareness tentang diri kita sendiri. Tadi kayak contoh tadi Mbak siapa tadi namanya di sini? Saya lupa ya gitu ya. Tadi yang bilang bahwa yang paling penting di situ adalah awareness tentang capabilities, the strength-nya apa, ya. Terus mau bikin future plan dan segala macam, itu taunya kayak gimana, strength-nya juga harus tahu dulu, gitu. Dan itulah yang mau kita planningkan ke depan. Oke, kalau ada pertanyaan lagi langsung ya, bisa langsung nanya di sini. Kita encourage untuk hidupin video dan mikrofonnya. Okay, do you have something to talk anymore, Nisha?
I just want to finish off with the importance of coaching to unlock true potential for you young students, future leaders of Indonesia perhaps, and you want to get into the role that best fits that matches your quality and your strengths well. And so if you can tap into your inner self through coaching tools, this will really serve you well. And I think it's very important, and I really appreciate you taking part in this session, so many of you, and it's so wonderful for you to join us and share and collaborate about what coaching is, because I think it's really, really powerful, especially for the Manalian and all the future leaders, and it doesn't have to be a leader, anybody in the work environment, that coaching really will be advantageous for you and for us. And I want to thank you for that, and thank you for your questions as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Nisa. Mungkin penutup dari saya, teman-teman, saya, Nisa, dan SLN nanti akan ada seri-seri berikutnya bentuknya bisa sama seperti ini, ada juga bisa bentuknya paket. Yang nanti akan kita susun bagaimana supaya teman-teman bisa paling nggak mengerti tentang diri sendiri, apa yang mau dikembangkan, dan bisa menggunakan beberapa kompetensi dari coaching yang akhirnya bisa digunakan buat teman-teman untuk self empowerment, ya, untuk self development sendiri. Jadi nanti kita kasih toolsnya. Nah, kita juga berterima kasih kepada Pak Tinton dan tim SLA di sini, Mbak Rina, sudah memberikan kesempatan di sesi hari ini dan untuk masa depan juga. Thank you very much. Okay. Hello, Marina, it's yours now. Mumpung belum ditutup, teman-teman ada yang mau masih ngomong, tampilkan video, kita nanti say hello, bye-bye sebelum foto, silakan.
Oke, Bang.
Halo Pak Sidik.
Yes, Marina, it's your time now. We are
Iya. sorry.
we are finished.
Oke, buat teman-teman semuanya udah ini ya, kita sudah memasuki waktu sisa 5 menit lagi nih gitu. Tapi masih bisa sebenarnya sih Pak Sidik, kalau misalkan ada yang mau bertanya, mungkin satu pertanyaan lagi boleh.
It's okay.
Sambil
Dari tadi
bagiin
kita
link
udah
absen ya buat
tawarin.
teman-teman juga. Teman-teman semua ini
Kayaknya udah pada jago di sini ya.
Oh, kayaknya sudah ini ya, udah terbiasa ya Pak Sidik ya. Sudah siap ke dunia kerja nih kayaknya teman-teman ya. Oke teman-teman, ini linknya sudah dibagikan sama Memintis ya. Jadi teman-teman boleh isi nanti emailnya jangan sampai salah pas ngisi, karena kita banyak banget nih suka ada yang salah emailnya, akhirnya nggak nyampe sertifikatnya gitu. Jadi sebelum disubmit coba diperhatikan dulu emailnya ya, supaya kita nggak salah gitu ngirimnya. Oke, halo Coach Sidik.
Yes.
Oke.
Kita mungkin udah bisa langsung sesi foto.
Iya, udah ya selesai ya, udah nggak ada pertanyaan lagi. Oke, kalau gitu teman-teman semuanya boleh diaktifkan kameranya. Kita akan foto bareng ya untuk sore hari ini seperti biasa di akhir acara. Dan kita ada 8 slide ya. Oke. Nah, gitu dong. Jadi saya bisa lihat wajah-wajah teman-teman yang biasa sering ikut. Aduh, cakep-cakep. Sisa kenalan ya kayaknya.
People like to take picture, right? Okay, then they slow up.
Oke, kalau gitu yuk kita foto ya, take pictures pertama. 1, 2, 3. Next slide. Oke, 1, 2, 3. Oke. Ini ada 7 slide ya kita ya.
Belum.
Ada 7 slide, ini slide ketiga. 1, 2, 3. Slide keempat. 1, 2, 3. Slide kelima. 1, 2, 3. Slide ke-6. 1, 2, 3. Dan yang terakhir. 1, 2, 3. Oke, teman-teman semuanya sudah selesai ya. Kita ucapin thank you so much buat Miss Nisha Gupta. Terus sudah membantu ini. Thank you for sharing. Senang banget kita bisa dapat ilmu yang pastinya mudah-mudahan sangat bermanfaat ya. Teman-teman boleh saya thank you sama Miss Nisha dan Pak Sidik ya. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for asking. Great
Thank
session.
you.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you,
nice.
Coach.
Very good.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Oke, teman-teman
Miss.
semuanya, jangan lupa sekali lagi saya ingetin tetap follow Instagram SLA Academy, slaa.academy, subscribe juga YouTube kita, karena kita ada program baru nih nanti ya yang akan muncul di YouTube kita, dan itu pastinya ilmunya bermanfaat banget buat teman-teman semua. Oke, jangan lupa tetap ikutin event berikutnya dari kita SLA Academy. Biasanya eventnya setiap hari Rabu dan Kamis ya teman-teman ya. Jadi buat yang pengen ikutan terus bisa terus bisa terus dipantengin Instagram kita lagi next knowledge sharing berikutnya ya. Oke, sampai jumpa teman-teman. Terima kasih banyak buat bergabung sama kita sore hari ini. Terima kasih, bye. Thank you Miss Nisha dan Pak Sidik dan semuanya.
Thank you, Rina. Thank you everybody, Pak Tintin, Mohammed. Thank you.